Angel, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I am up to here with it, right? This is crazy. You want to be upset. You want to be mad at this point. You want to. Whatever they said you did that shit. I 1000% believe it. If that lady is saying you were a mean girl, I believe it. Because what it's given Angel, and I've said this before in a couple of my recaps, the Angel was up here in her friend group. She was the HBIC. She was. And now you done dropped to the bottom of the totem pole with these ladies. And you don't know how to take it. I believe you were mean. I believe you were rude. I believe you made people feel excluded. And that's why it's so hard for you to take it now, because this is the same stuff that you've been doing to other women. Y'all saying it's postpartum, it's postpartum, it's postpartum. Sure, I'm willing to accept that it's postpartum, sure. But a big part of it is she is not the HBIC. I'm going to give you some grace, but I'm going to still get this commentary off. Let's talk. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Let's talk the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 10, Episode 6, Suns Out, Buns Out. You guys are brand new to the channel. Please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, hype the video, leave your comments down below, all right? So we pick up right where the last episode left off, and Jassi is asking Kay, how do we move on from here? Because we don't know what they're arguing about, right? We don't know necessarily what Kay told Jassi about Wendy. Jassi want her flute so damn bad. Like, Claude have mercy. The stuff that Jassi is doing is very much given, I gotta get that flute. Jassi is, I gotta get that flute. That's how Jassi is acting at this point, right? So Kay doesn't know how to answer that. What do you need from me for us to move forward? Kay can't answer it because Kay never knows how to move forward. Kay wants to stay in a state of chaos. And that tells me that she is living in a state of chaos with Greg. Y'all hear my washing machine? It'll be off soon. Washing machine and dishwasher are on. I didn't plan this through correctly. But Kay is living in a state of chaos, and that's why she's like really taking it out on the other ladies. So Gizelle gets a tray of shots, and she said it's shady shot time. While she's trying to do this, she spills it on herself. That was your shady shot, Gizelle. You doing too much. Put them shots on the table. Ashley is the Duchess Derby. Tia is the stylist. Jassi is stepmama. Jassi takes it in stride, okay? Stacey has an empty shot. It's the one that Gizelle spilled, but she doesn't give her a title. And this whole, I didn't know who you are. It's getting old, Gizelle. It's getting old. It's getting old. I'm sick of hearing about it. Like, at this point, take a Sharpie and write her name on. But, like, this shit is falling flat, Gizelle. It's stupid at this point. Angel's is chin check. Kay laughed a little too hard about that. And Kay is Gizelle hater. Now, Kay is confused, and Gizelle said, well, I had a conversation with Wendy, and Wendy was telling me how y'all had the whole conversation about you don't like her, you don't like her, you don't like her. I said, damn, Wendy, when did you have time to run back and tell Gizelle that? I feel like y'all had it right before y'all left. Wendy couldn't wait to tell Gizelle about that. Yikes. So Gizelle said, I have been nothing but supportive of you, Kay. And then Kay is like, well, let's put a pin in this and let's talk about this when Wendy is around. Now, truth be told, Gizelle was not always supportive of Kay, because when the fight did happen initially at the GNA event, Gizelle was mad at Kay for it happening. I mean, quiet as it's kept, the fight that Kiana inserted herself in. But you know. So Angel and Kay, they back at the villa, and Kay was saying that she has nothing more to offer the ladies. I have nothing more to offer you, Kay. Truth be told, they can give Jassi your flute. Like, you don't know what to do with it. You don't know what to do with it. So we see Stacey is telling Ashley and Jassi that she hung out with Chris Samuels when she was separated from Timo, but she has not slept with him. So here's the thing, and I know everybody is saying Ashley's making a big deal out of this, whatever the case. The truth, fact of the matter is Stacey just lied. Stacey just lied. Stacey said that Chris was one of her friends, and now you're saying that when you and Timo were on a break, he is one of the guys that you were, doing whatever with. Not sleeping with, but y'all were hanging out as more than just friends. I had somebody say that Stacey's lies don't hurt anybody. Truth be told, a lot of the women's lies don't hurt anybody, and we still make a big deal about that. I don't know why y'all are okay with Stacey lying. I, th- Whatever. Y'all swear Stacey is the face of the new face of Potomac. I'm gonna let y'all have it. So we see Ashley. She's on FaceTime with her mom, saying that Dean wants to do a Beetlejuice birthday party because he loves the musical. There was a musical. Everything got a damn musical nowadays, don't it? A Beetlejuice musical? Okay. And apparently Ashley sent Josh a selfie. Who cares? Ashley, okay. So we get Tia, K, and Angel, all right? So Angel is saying that this morning she wants to have a positive day and not dwell on what happened days before. Are you sure, Angel? Do you know how to be positive, baby? Because I don't think you do. I don't think you know how to be positive. Wendy and Stacey. So Wendy is getting dressed. She feels better now. She knows what the issue is. It's a sinus infection. We all have had a sinus infection before. You feel that pressure right up in here. We know what it is. Stacey has a bum bump on her lip. Wendy said, "The fuck did y'all do last night?" What did y'all do last night? When they all get down together, everyone's in the golf carts. Ashley is telling Stacey, "Oh, your lip went down." In her confessional, Ashley said that because Stacey was lying, her lip grew much like Pinocchio's nose would grow. Okay, let's get to the yacht. So once again, Gizelle did not give Stacey a monogram towel, but tells her that now she has come around to knowing who she is, whatever the case. Stacey tries to hug her. Gizelle was like, no. A little too much. I hope this is the end of that, Gizelle. Find something new. So Gizelle immediately tells Wendy about the Shady Shot situation, and she wants to know. She wants to know when Kay decided to hate her. Kay said, "Well, I never hated you, Gizelle. I was upset with you. I was upset with you because when I jumped in the middle of that fight for Candace, to defend Candace, and I got hit with the bottle because I jumped in the middle of a fight, you didn't call me. You didn't call me." Gizelle said, "When I left the event," truth be told, Gizelle was gone before the fight happened. But when I left the event, it's because my father was in the hospital with a brain tumor, cancer. After the event, I went straight to the hospital where my father had surgery and he passed away. You had to call a plastic surgeon for your situation. My father is no longer here. One, I cannot believe that we are talking about this still. I cannot believe we are talking about this, but I really think this says more about Kay than anything because Kay is still standing on this thinking Gizelle should have reached out to her. Wendy calls Kiana a high maintenance friend. Kay said, "Yeah, maybe I am a high maintenance friend." We got look, I understand that Kiana getting hit up in that, getting hit in the head with that bottle. Yeah, that was fucked up. Okay, Deborah was doing way too much. Deborah was doing way too much. I still stand very firm, 10 toes down. Kiana inserted herself into that fight. If Kiana would have, and this is not victim blaming, this is a fact. Kiana ran in the middle of that fight to do what? To start fighting. If you would have minded your fucking business, you wouldn't have got hit. That's a fact. Kiana had no skin in the game whatsoever for her to go run up in the middle of that fight like that. Okay? That's one. Two, let's say in that moment, with all the chaos, Kiana felt the way about it, about Gizelle not reaching out to her. Let's say by chance you didn't know that Gizelle's father had was suddenly sick, and she was going back and forth between was it Atlanta, between Atlanta and DC into the hospital and whatever the case. Fine, but we are now 2 years removed from this situation. You know that her father passed away like the day after. Nobody gives a fuck about your feelings when her father just died. I cannot believe that Kiana is harping on this. This is actually silly. This is stupid, Kay. I'm sorry, but this is stupid. This makes absolutely no sense. For one, for y'all to still be talking about this shit. And two, for you to not understand that Gizelle was not worried about anything in that moment but her father. So for you to feel that Gizelle should have, stepped out of the hospital room and text you while her father was sitting there dead, dying? Come on. Come on. So then Kiana is like, well, Wendy, you said Gizelle was a snake and evil. Wendy said all that shit to Gizelle's face. Wendy has read Gizelle down a time or two before. She has been told Gizelle what it is and what it ain't with her. So, what are you even talking about then? Kiana is flailing at this point. So Tia said, I'll be the adult in the room. Pick me. Tia said, look, for one, you cannot expect Gizelle to be anything for you, and it's been 3 years since her father, or for the next 3 years after her father passed away. Gizelle will never be the same because I buried my father as well. But she lets Kay know, look, I understand that your feelings are hurt because you expected something out of somebody, okay? Y'all need to talk now, get it all out so y'all know where y'all stand with one another. I cannot believe that this was a conversation. You're hurt. You're hurt that while Gizelle's father was laid up in the hospital bed dying, she didn't reach out to you for the fight that you had at her event that you inserted yourself into. So Kiana apologizes for not expressing the magnitude in which she was upset. Go the fuck to hell, Kiana. Come on. She then said that she felt the way that Gizelle called her the aggressor. You jumped in the fight. So this is the thing. Are you mad that Gizelle didn't call you? Or are you mad that Gizelle called you the aggressor? Because if you are mad about Gizelle calling you the aggressor, you've been smiling up in her face all season. You haven't had a problem with her all season. So why are you Gizelle tells Kay she loves her and she wants nothing but the best from her. And I'm like, if I'm Gizelle, I'm not apologizing for not being there while I'm handling a family issue. Wow. So we get to lunch. Stacey was invited to be a bridesmaid for Jassi, but Stacey said that her business launch is around the same time and she has to devote her truth be told, the way that Stacey was making it sound is as if her being associated with Jassi or this wedding would be a bad look for her because of this cannabis line she's coming out with. Was it just me? It was weird the way she said that. That Stacey's confessional didn't make sense. So Gizelle said in a confessional that Stacey is now only going to the wedding because Jassi is back on the show and back in the group, and I believe that. I 1000% believe that. I don't think Stacey was going to go to that wedding if Jassi was not back on the show. Tia then brings up how she didn't like the fact that Jassi said that she filters her pictures. She said, because I went to your page and I feel like our filterization is on the same level. Okay. She said, look, I was trying to diffuse the situation, and Jassi, you were trying to heighten it. Jassi said, well, most of my pictures are not filtered. Okay. So then Jassi clocks Tia for always doing the whole, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what you ladies are saying, which is annoying because Tia, you've been over here for X amount of years. You got an American husband. Like, at some point it gets old. So Tia was like, oh, are you mocking my accent? Because Jassi was. And Jassi starts yelling about Tia telling her that someone was looking at her. Apparently, the man at the restaurant, Mr. Sunshine. Um, Tia was like, oh, he was making eyes at you, girl. And in the car, she jokes to her that Darius might have competition. Jassi starts yelling, don't play with me 14 days before my wedding. The fuck are you yelling for, Jassi? What are you yelling for? So Angel was like, well, whoa, whoa, whoa. Tia was just worried about you being offended. Tia was like, I just jokingly said that. According to Jassi, that, joking like that because Darius has no competition could hurt her marriage, but Ashley licking you, Ashley doing everything but jamming her tongue down your throat, that's not a threat to your marriage? It's a joke. It's a joke, girl. That man is not. So then Tia said that she's offended by them mocking her accent, and everybody gets quiet. Tia was like, I'm joking. I don't care. I don't care. So on the way back to the villa, we see the cameras are down, mics are down, and they're heading back so they can, set up for the bachelorette party. And we see Angel and Jassi having a very intense conversation. So when they get off the boat, they're still having a conversation while they're on the golf cart. Now, Wendy and Stacy are sitting on the golf cart as well. Angel is saying, yeah, she's jealous of me, this snaggletooth, stringy hair, hot piece of trash. She's a bitch. And I was like, well, damn. What's going on there? So in my mind immediately went to, is this like some girl that's trying to break up you and Bobby? Like, what's happening? And why are we talking about it? Why are we talking about it on the show? So we get to the bachelorette party. They were told to dress slutty. And I saw some people saying it would never compare to Cynthia's party in Bolo Gate. We know, y'all. We know. Okay. Stacy comes Stacy comes out in like a maid outfit. And I was like, I see you with your maid outfit like you always got. Shout out to Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, okay? Why did Angel have on white? Girl, this is not your bachelorette party. That was so cringy to me for her to have on white. So everybody looked good. Ashley didn't. Ashley looked a mess. The astronaut, she looked like somebody on Twitter said she had on a wrestling outfit. Ashley looked a mess. I was like, oh God. And Tia was very much covered up. So, of course, Angel's in the mood. What a surprise. What a surprise. Angel's in the mood. It's like a dark cloud every time Angel walks into a room. So the ladies are all giving Jassi a lap dance. Ashley decides that she's going to lick chocolate off of her. Ashley, rest. At this point, rest. Go get neutered. Like I feel like Ashley has the hormones of like a 15-year-old boy at this point. What is going on? Stacy whips Jassi, and then Jassi had she was handcuffed, and she was waiting to get the handcuffs taken off of her, and she must be double jointed, and she was able to like bring her hands over her back, and everybody was because don't do no shit like that in front of me, because I'm gonna think, oh my God, like stuff like that has me uncomfortable. So Angel was like, you got a big mouth. And Jassi was like, maybe that's why I'm getting married, because I got a big mouth. Hi, hi, he, y'all know what it's giving. So then it becomes okay, does you have a big mouth because Darius is, packing, or is it something else? And Angel was like, it's something else, but whatever. I said, oh, here we go. So Wendy then asks, what were y'all talking about on the golf cart? So apparently, somebody messaged Jassi about Angel and said some things that were untrue according to Angel. Jassi said what I was told is there were some instances where Angel made some people feel left out and excluded. Angel, I don't want to say she looked guilty, but she definitely had a face of kind of like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So in her confessional, Jassi is like, we have mutual friends, okay? Well, not even friends, we have mutuals. And Angel is not the nicest person from what I heard. I believe it. I've been telling y'all this, right? So Angel said that when she first started dating Bobby, she became friends with this one particular woman that reached out to her in Chicago. Bobby got a phone call from his agent, his financial advisor, and his mentor that told him that Angel was stealing from him and got pregnant on purpose. Angel apparently checked the girl. Is it the same kind of chin check that Kay did to you? Okay. But Jassi then said it was another wag that saw how you treated people and just kind of let me know. So Gizelle is like, okay, it's good that like Jassi came to you about it, right? Right? So Angel is like, this is from 2016. So everybody was like, oh girl, like if it's from 2016, y'all done got married, it's cool. Like he still married you, it's not that big of a deal. Right? So Jassi is like, look, I pulled you to the side to let you know because I wanted to let you know that, look, I heard this about you. I did not prejudge you. And, I just want to let you know that what's going on around the town about you. That's it. That's all. Nothing too major. Not for real, right? So Angel, of course, now her mood is tarnished. I mean, ugh. So now she's like, I'm getting ready to go. I'm tired. Go, Angel. Go. So Angel's outside and she calls her husband and said that she's tired of the back and forth. We get some flashbacks. The only back and forth that you had was the initial one where Gizelle said that your pictures were filtered. All the other stuff has been you bringing it up. You brought up, am I on the menu again tonight? If they would have said, yeah, let's talk about this, that, and the other, then what? You brought this up. You ruined your own night and you ruined everybody else's. So Kay comes out after Angel with Gizelle, and Angel is now she's crying. And I said, I'm so sick of seeing you cry, sis. And I get it, postpartum. I completely understand. But I also feel like Angel is making. So Wendy points like she's telling them, I'm good, it's whatever, whatever. Gizelle is like, oh, you on the phone with your husband? Okay. So Gizelle goes back inside. And Kay stays out there and tries to really, really check on her. She's like, girl, you're crying now. So Wendy points out, we know how things go in this group, right? We know how things happen. Jassi put her to the side in private. No cameras, no mics, which is a courtesy that a lot of these women do not get extended on this show, let alone a newbie. Okay. Wendy then said in her confessional that Angel is living in misery, and I 1000% believe. Wendy, you too were living in misery a couple seasons ago with Candace. Both y'all asses chose to live in misery as well. But I mean, okay, I'm glad that hindsight, okay? So Wendy then said now it is uncomfortable for her to engage with Angel because it will always be an issue. And that's true. Because if Jassi pulled you to the side to have a conversation with you about this, that, or the other, right? As to not embarrass you in front of everybody, and then you still take it and bring it up in front of everybody, and then now you're mad about it. Like, I did clock Angel saying to her husband, At the end of that phone call, I can't wait for the real me to come out. Come out and do what? Come out and do what? We're on episode, what, 5 at this point? Let me know what y'all thought about this episode, y'all. I'm disappointed in Angel. You know what I mean? I'm just disappointed in how she is choosing to handle this. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.